All right, here we go. Second down. Tua now from the gun. Into the hands of Garrett Wilson. And he's going to bring it up to the 40-yard line before he stops.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the two defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And that short gain is enough for a new set of downs.
That was the perfect play call for that particular situation. Gave him enough to pick up a first with some room to spare.
First and 10 from the 41. Hall takes it straight ahead. Broke through the tackle. He's found some space as he crosses the 45. And he's able to take this one in for the touchdown. The Riverhogs take a 6-0 lead right away. Breece Hall with the touchdown. Now it's Will Reichert on for the extra point. Extra point set right down the middle. And the Riverhogs will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. This one's fielded at the 4-yard line. And he doesn't make it far at all. They bottle up that return immediately.
Can't happen. I mean, that's just something you never, ever see at this level. That's a complete failure of operation, not just by the returner, but the return team in general. And now, instead of getting into your normal offense, you got to find some way, somehow, to dig yourself out of this hole.
They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Looking to throw Fields. He's on the move. He can run it. The big play nets him 17 yards. And that'll be a first down.
That's good for Here we go.
And he's going to be brought down up the 28-yard line.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. And the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
Second and 3 now.
Don't jump. Ready?
From the 28. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense, and now, well, now we let the chess match begin, the adjustments begin, because we know pressure leads to sacks, and sacks in this league often leads to wins.
And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
Man in motion here. Tight end reels in the shallow throw. He does it! Touchdown! The Dragons finish off their opening drive. On is Cade York for the PAT. The point after splits the uprights. And the Dragons start off well to tie things 7-7. On now is York to kick this one away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Tight end going in motion here. First down, here's Tua. And the defense is all over this one.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was first down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
2nd and 13. That's caught. It's Breece Hall. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line.
We've heard it said, and I believe it to my core. Football is the ultimate team sport. And a well-run screen like that is the ultimate team play because it takes all 11 doing their job.
The handoff on 3rd and short. Reaches the 30. And finally, they catch up to him at the 11. They rip off a huge chunk of field as the downs reset.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Lone man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Putting a receiver in motion. And he made a bid for it. It's a good gain that's stopped down at the 3. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, this offense is trying to keep the defense off balance down here in the red zone, mixing the receiver runs with everything else they love to do. And the best part is, it's working. He gets them several yards on that play. Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. With a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Looking end zone, the touchdown denied. Knocked away, incomplete.
A couple of my favorite nicknames, Kate, over the last decade in football. The Legion of Boom, obviously, out in Seattle. How about the no-fly zone that was cooking in Denver? That right there, that is a no-fly zone. Trying to make the play in the end zone, and a beautiful job by the defender to knock it away. Well, I know once that drive stalls out, that's where it really pays to have that reliable kicker on the sideline ready to bail you out. And he knocks that one right through to give him the lead.
From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's brought down just inside the 25 on the return. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Opening carry for Devon Achane. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. Working quickly here.
It's a pickup of 6. Brings up 2nd and 4.
Off play action, it's Fields. Bails out of the pocket quick. Got for big yards on the right side. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. That's a 38-yard play for him to move the sticks.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
And that's good for a gain of 5. That was Sauce Gardner dropping him there. Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
At the 28-yard line.
A pistol snap. Fields. And he just got it away before the hit, but the pass winds up incomplete. It's going to be 3rd down. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it'll be 3rd and 5 coming up. Play action, Fields. Headed out right. Oh, missed that one, and he knew it. Put it behind his guy, and now it's 4th down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
A 45-yard attempt.
Groupie sends it through. And we're all tied up now in the first half.
A dependable kicker, man. That is a coach's best friend. Saves him so much stress to have a guy he can really trust to go out and hit it from that distance consistently. Because from that far out, no kick is a guarantee.
And that one bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
First down and 10. At their own 30-yard line.
First and 10 now from the 30. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. This will be caught by Adams. And he's down after getting this up to the 41. It's a pickup of 11. And it sets up first down.
First down, Brooklyn.
First carry here for Braylon Allen. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain. Welcome back. We're all set to start the second. Offense already out to resume its stride. Tagovailoa on first down. Teams getting out there and ready to resume play. And they've got him down near the red zone at the 22. Second and 3 now. Up the middle, here goes Allen. And he's dropped just short of the marker, maybe a yard away.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
Yeah, I get it. Fans will measure a running back's merit by touchdowns, yards, the fantasy football world we live in. But as coaches and teammates, Kate, they want something a little bit more. They want to see plays like that. A guy who will always get the short yards in a critical spot like that.
An alert play defensively there. He got a hand on it to tip it away. That makes it second down.
You know, as a QB, I'm going to note that in the back of my head. That was a heck of a break. Knocks the ball away. DBs like that, they tend to, once they get one hand on the ball, have a pretty good beat on you and can get two hands on it the next time.
Tagovailoa trying to get here on second down. And the defender comes away with it. Jalen Ramsey comes up with it.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
They'll start the drive with Achane. And he'll be brought down along the 25-yard line. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. From the 25 on second down. Trying for the deep ball. That's grabbed inside the 30. And that is a touchdown. The Dragons parlay the interception into points. Tyreek Hill the touchdown. I love plays like this, Brock. Sometimes you just got to ask your dude, show me what you got, man. Show off those wheels, and he did just that.
Yeah, beauty in simplicity, right?
Yep.
Now, when you run that fly route, you got to win right from the jump. You got to protect yourself from the sideline, too. Don't get pushed to the boundary. Give your quarterback room to throw it up. You can find pay dirt.
Now he's York to kick this one away. And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
They're out and set, 1st and 10. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. It was Tyrell Johnson with the tackle.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. He's on the move.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. He tries to sneak it, and his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
Certainly dropped these quarterback keepers anticipating a whole lot more yardage, but I think it could be overlooked there since they did pick up the first down. If anything, they can see what kept it to a small gain over there on the sidelines, and they'll come back to it on the next set of downs.
Chased out to his right. He's only going to manage to get back to the line. Long time standout. Calais Campbell there for the stop.
Look at the quarterback's eyes. He's looking. He's trying to find a lane of some kind, but there was nowhere to go. And he was lucky to get back to the line before that defense closed in.
Tua out of the pistol. Wilson's got it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
A whole bunch of credit goes to just about everybody on that offense. Guys up front, they didn't give the QB enough time to let that play develop. Excellent effort by that receiver to stay alive and for the quarterback to scan the field and find his completion.
And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
You love a huddle. Okay, you really do. You love a huddle full of guys like this who just know how to keep the drive moving forward. There's some trust there that he's going to get the job done, and he's going to get another shot, I would guess, down the line.
On the handoff, Allen. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Back now, pressure on its way. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Pass didn't work on 2nd. Let's see how that affects this 3rd down. QB sneak coming. They touch him down as he finds enough to pick up the 1st.
That's a BYOB. You got to be your own blocker. It would have taken the entire defense piling on to stop him from getting that first down. Well done.
That brings us to the 2-minute warning here in Puerto Rico. The River Hogs driving. Here's 1st and 10 from the 34. From the gun, it's Hall. And he's got a nice run. That reaches the 26. Good rip on first down. That brings up 2nd and 2.
So much to like about that run, Kate, particularly what he was able to get out of it. The defense, I think, feels a little fortunate they were able to track him down before an even bigger run and crossing that first down marker.
This is Allen on the give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. And they'll take a moment to ponder what the call's going to be on 3rd down. Switching it up here. Tagovailoa to throw. He has the first over the middle. And they get this all the way down to the 16-yard line. Pickup of 12 on that play. And they're going to have a first down.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
They give to Hall on the draw. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Timeout taken by the defense. Their second. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. 2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now. Tagovailoa. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
I think we're seeing why this defense likes him in coverage. He reacts so well to throws and is even more adept at breaking up those passes.
Throwing. Here's Tagovailoa on 3rd. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down. The defense takes its 3rd and final timeout. Will Reichert now to try the field goal. Ball in the right hash. The distance 43 yards. Smith able to put it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. You hate to see this on 4th down for that defense, roughing the kicker. Now they've got a first inside the red zone. And he's brought down for a loss.
Talked to a bunch of different GMs, Kate, especially around draft time, and they all say the same thing. Linebackers are so hard to find. It's hard to transition from the college game that's in so much space to this game where you've got to play in a phone booth yet have that explosiveness to chase a play on the outside down like that linebacker just did.
No place to go, so he just threw it away.
You hear so many programs all around the league talk about it's all about the ball, it's all about the ball. Well, discretion, the better part of valor in a lot of cases. And right there, he understood it's all about the ball, and I'm not going to risk a turnover wisely, throwing it away.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Tagovailoa now. And it's caught. Touchdown! The River Hogs earn the chance to tie it before halftime. Devontae Adams, the touchdown. One after try good by Reichert. And the River Hogs make it 17-all. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Mostert on the return. He stopped on the return at the 27. Only 10 seconds remaining here, so 1st and 10 may be our last snap of the half. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off.
Those unsung heroes, those big guys up front on the O-line, let's give them a little love right here, Kate. They don't always get the attention they deserve on the broadcast, but let me tell you, they played a huge role in that big old run.
And this kick is good. He needed to get all of it there, and he did. We've reached the midway point of this contest. 2 quarters down, and an exciting 2 to go. The NFL on EA Sports returns after this. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Well, if you love high-scoring games, no doubt you have been glued to your television so far. And no signs of slowing down as we begin our second half. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. He gets popped quickly. Not a nice feeling or a nice return. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Fields. Buys time, rolling right. That's caught. Devon Achane. He's touchdown after a nice pickup there to get the first.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw for Fields. And oh, someone stepped in. It's intercepted. Sauce Gardner with the INT. And the Riverhawks take over on his 5th interception of the season. They worked hard to have the halftime lead, Brock, but now that defense working hard to take it away.
Not wasting any time, are they? You know, they love to say about baseball, Kate, baseball's a game of adjustments. So is the NFL, and especially in the second half. You have all that data from the first half. You want to take it all in, and defensively you want to adjust exactly what they did to take the ball away there to begin the second.
Running down the left side, and he's in. Touchdown! The Riverhawks grab the lead on their first series of the half. Garrett Wilson with the touchdown. Record there to tack on the extra point. And the Riverhawks take a 4-point lead. Here's Reichard set to kick this away. Mostert on the return. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And that'll put him up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. First down, ball at the 36. Looking to throw here and shake off that previous INT. That one falls incomplete, but our attention's still behind the line. He got cleaned after that throw and drew the instant flag. Roughing the passer on that last play, and that's always going to lead to an automatic first down. Out of the shotgun, Fields. Forced out to his right. Throw right side, caught by Smith. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. Fields out of the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
That throw behind his intended target.
That play right there, Kate, that just goes to show you can't take any completion for granted. Even some of the shortest passes in the game plan.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Another throw for Fields. Touchdown! So that brought an important score here as they move out in front.
This is the time of the game where your legs just get a little bit tired. But that was a determined-looking drive right there. They were not going to be denied, and they're able to score and take the lead.
York now for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Dragons push their lead to 3. On now is York to kick this one away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. They start the drive with Hall. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
I know from the position of the quarterback, Kate, sometimes you hand that ball, you put it in the belly of the running back, and you send him right into the teeth of a buzzsaw. You can feel it from the jump, and that call from the defense, well, it came at the perfect time.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Tua now from the gun. Made the throw as he was getting hit, Brock, and it's incomplete. This one intended for the running back. So now it's going to be 3rd and long. Tua setting up to throw. That one doesn't find its man. Incomplete. Not on the same page with his tight end. And now they're staring at 4th and long.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
The River Hogs bringing out their punter. And this somehow is only going to be our first punt of the game. Looking to return from the 29. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. That one an impressive 57-yard kick. And they'll get ready to go on offense. Markers reset, ball at the 37. On first down, they're going to start out with Achane. And he gets him around 6 there. That was Jermaine Johnson there to make the play. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. From the 43. He rolls to his right. He's finds Smith. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
Let's see how they attack this first down, Brock, from the 43. Now it's Fields. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And
by a man, and now he's in the clear. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Going to the ground again on first. Oh, baby, he gets rocked, and the ball is out. And this is going to be a turnover. The defense forces the big play. Oh, he was fighting like mad to stay up, Brock. Extend that run, but we all know it also creates the opportunity to do what we just saw. Force a fumble. So do you knock him there? Do you applaud the effort? Maybe a little bit of both?
Yeah, probably a little both. A little pat on the butt and a little reminder that ball security is job security.
A dose of the hurry-up offense here. The defense calls a timeout, so that's their first. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. Throwing from near his own goal line. Hall there to haul it in.
I know that completion doesn't move the chains. I love it nonetheless. You make sure that defense is aware of every eligible player going out. And this time it was out of the backfield with the running back that shows he's adept at catching it as well.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. There's a give up the middle. And he could not get there. They stop him right at the line. They stop him just short and force a 4th and 1.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard running backs say there's just times you got to run in the darkness. And when linebackers fill that hole like that right in the middle of the field, he ran right into the darkness and the pain of that linebacker.
And he's stopped cold by that defensive front. So the run doesn't get the yardage. It's a turnover on down. Fields on first down. Flush down now to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this one. Smart move there. When you saw the field, it's going to be 2nd down.
Here we go. Good. West right there. Go.
Off play action. It's Fields. Buying some time right. And like an empty wrapper, he just throws that one away.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, man, you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. It's exactly what the secondary did, and it forces the throwaway.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Here we go. Tonight.
Handoff running left, A-Chain. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. 4 yards narrows the distance a bit, but still some yardage left here on 4th down. Groupie sends it through. Hold on, though. There's a flag down here. Although, if this is on the defense, Brock, they're probably just going to decline it and keep that make. So now then, after the penalty, this is 1st and goal.
Here we go, son.
Running it after the penalty. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
That's got to be so frustrating for the runner. You're fighting the good fight. He even ripped through a tackle to stay afloat, but the blocking can't buy you enough time or room to even get back to the line of scrimmage.
Getting out to his left. Fights off the tackle, but he lost the ball. He left the ball behind. Recovered by the defense.
Man, did those sidelines get loud. I think we all had to figure out what the heck was going on and who recovered the ball. But the minute they see the defense gets it, Kate, look at them. They save 6 points, and they get the ball back for their offense.
They'll start this one out with Hall. Gets it forward, is still about a yard out of that. Jalen Phillips finishing that play off. Just a gain of 1, and that brings up 2nd and 9. Tagovailoa now working from the gun. That's complete to Wilson. And he's going to be brought down at the 28-yard line.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
3rd and just 2 to go. Allen trying this straight ahead. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. A touchdown. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. And he's caught behind the line for a loss. Offense in the hurry up here. Shotgun snap now to Tagovailoa. Wilson on the slant. And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Good luck defending that short yardage slant. Just not going to happen. There's a reason. This is a go-to play for just about any quarterback in every situation.
Throw on 3rd down. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's short of the first after a mild gain.
Those kind of completions are so frustrating, Kate. It's like a putt. You got it on line, you feel good about it's going in the hole, but you never want to leave it short.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. They'll run for this, and they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. Only 1 yard, but when all you need is an inch or two, Brock, that'll still move the chains. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48. Coming right is Hall. Works the sideline inside the 35. Watching for the pylon, and he's got it! Touchdown! The River Hogs take a 4th quarter lead. Breece Hall with the touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with 1 end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
That one right down the middle. And the River Hogs take a 4-point lead. Here's Reichert set to kick this away. Mostert on the return. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son.
Back to throw. Here's Fields. Shakes himself free. Oh, shouldn't have let that one go. It's intercepted. Picked off by C.J. Mosley. Oh boy. They cleaned up the fumbling issues from the last drive, and now it's an interception that turns the ball over.
Yeah, and two very different tones and tenors on these two sidelines. One coach is pleading, begging for some ball security. The other is simply saying, keep it up, boys. Keep taking that ball away. Job well done.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Man in motion out of the slot. Quick touch pass to the receiver. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, when receivers have room to operate, that's a play that can totally gash a defense. But, Kate, when you get down here in the red zone, it becomes so much tougher because you have a whole lot less space. And, in fact, you'll see defenses swarm like that one just did.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And that pushes him back. 3rd down coming up.
Yeah, let's give some credit to the defense here, Kate. Right? We talk about explosive plays. Every offense is looking for them. But when a defense can go back-to-back, Jack, with the tackle for loss and a sack, well, they're more than doing their job.
That's caught for the first. And in for the touchdown.
Touchdown, Brooklyn.
Reichert on for the point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Riverhawks drive their lead to 11.
Dragons 27. Will Reichert to kick off.
Here's Reichert set to kick this away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. This isn't even going to make the 20. The coverage team gets to him.
At their own 19-yard line.
They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Don't jump, right?
Trying to shake off the interception. He's looking to throw. Gets him on the in route. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Offense up to the line fast. On 1st and 10, it's Fields. Able to find Achane. And he's downed after getting this up to the 41.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well. It sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
From the 41. On the move, headed right. Got his target. It's Hill. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. Shotgun snap to Fields. Finds him over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets him up with 1st and goal.
Here we go.
Complete on the option. He has the touchdown. Not a lot of processing time from the moment he pulled it back to the moment he made that throw, Brock. But I think we can all agree he made the right choice not to hand it off, and then the right read on that throw.
Yeah, he sure did, kid. Kind of reminds me of the option quarterbacks of our day growing up, right? Those guys that made that pitch, and it was just second nature. They were on the run, guys all around. Didn't matter. He's going to put that pitch right on him. The great RPO quarterbacks of today do exactly the same thing with their throws.
They'll empty the backfield and motion him out. Here he is to throw. And he's got it. That gets him 2 and puts them within a field goal here late. Well, the comeback is proceeding according to plan, Brock. That conversion trims this to a field goal game. Now get that ball back, baby. Get it back.
And you know that special teams coach is down there telling his guys that. Don't come back to these sidelines. Don't come off this field unless you go get me the ball to give this offense yet another opportunity.
Ooh, can't get it back on the onside kick. Can still get a final chance with a quick 3-and-out, though, albeit not with a lot of time for them left to work with.
Yeah, Kate, unless they can force a miracle turnover, and we've seen that before, a 3-and-out is really the only avenue remaining. Defense, go buckle it up.
Give him 4 that time, so 6 to go on second down.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
They give on second to Hall. And he's brought down for a loss. Timeout taken by the defense. They're second. And they'll have just one left to burn now. It's 3rd and 8. Need to get a chunk here. Looking to throw. It's tipped away. He's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down.
Well, that's like a good peanut butter and jelly sandwich. It takes both to make it work. And defensively, you've got to have that pressure up front. That's peanut butter. And then you like to have some jelly. And that was almost a huge play with an interception.
A lot of pressure on this kick for Will Riker. This from the right hash and a considerable distance. Doesn't look like it has the leg, and it falls well short of the posts. And their lead will remain unchanged in the 4th.
Surely not something they're too pleased about down on the field. But, Kate, with that miss, we got a lot of juice. We got an opportunity here to see a field goal and a chance to take this game to overtime.
Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. He'll look to throw it. Escapes the pocket. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
He did exactly what he was supposed to do on that play. Felt the pressure and escapes the pocket. After that, it's on somebody downfield to get open and give him a target. No one did, and he simply has to get rid of it.
Back to throw. Finds him on the slant. And they make the tackle at the 38. 16 yards on the play. And that gives them the 1st. To the line for a new set of downs. Only a lone timeout at their disposal. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete.
Making it harder than it needs to be right there. Just get the catch first. Guarantee some yards. And then worry about escaping the defenders and getting upfield.
Setting up to pass. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Has a man, it's Achan. And this one does not go far.
Those little short throws, they are high percentage and certainly bread and butter. But they really run the risk of a quick tackle just like that and being stopped short of the sticks.
And it's on its way and through. He hit it from deep. And inside the final minute, they've tied this up.
These are the moments, Kate, when you realize how valuable a clutch kicker is. When he's the only guy out there and everybody relying on him. And he delivers.
And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback.
At their own 30-yard line.
1st and 10 now from the 30. Out of the gun, Tagovailoa. That's pulled. Oh, he lost the football. And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Now we're going to get an offensive timeout. That's their first. Now hang on. They want to take another look at this play. And a very important call coming up late in this game. Take that fumble away. The officials overturn the call and say he was down. Blitz coming, Tua. That one's going to fall incomplete. No luck there. Just 11 seconds remaining. No luck finding his receiver that time. And what will they dial up on 3rd and short?
That is a DB's best friend, pressure. That pressure earned that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target and hit him to alter that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
He's going to try to drop it in deep right. And this one falls incomplete, so we're down to 4 seconds, and we'd assume our final snap. That one vehemently swatted away. And that'll bring up 4th and 3.
You know, I don't fault that look at all, Kate, downfield. It was just an excellent defensive play to deny him the ball and knock it away. That is good on good.
Throwing now. He's looking deep once again. He's got it inside the 10. And what a play. He scores. They get to the end zone on the final snap, and the huge moment wins them the game. It's a walk-off, Brock. They hit the end zone as time expires. What a way to earn a win in this league.
And they may be walking off the field, but the party just begins. There is nothing like a locker room that gets to celebrate a moment like that.
So hard work rewarded as they take a well-earned win in this one. And they take the first skirmish with their division rivals, with a chance at a sweep awaiting them later in the year in their building. And with Brock Heward and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The River Hogs winners as we say adios from San Juan.